Conflict brewing tonight in South Asia. Pakistan says it's preparing its military to respond after India fired missiles into the country. A Pakistani military official says 26 people were killed and 40 others were wounded, and now they're calling it an act of war. Since then, they claim to have shot down 5 Indian Air Force jets and killed at least 12 civilians on India's side of Kashmir. They fought 3 wars over the territory. India says that attack was a preemptive move based on reports that Pakistan was planning to launch border strikes. A major.
All right, Shalom. I'd like to start up saying Call Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Harikah Kodash Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and my elder heroine as well. Salutation to the occupant of the pushing the truth, to sincerity and truth, and peace and blessing to the men and women and children that believe in the name Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm Chanak Sa'am Ban Yasha'Allah for the Lions of the Yasha'Allah camp, and this is another Lions Den news and prophecy. All right, this is as we always do, Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. Right. And this is kind of lamb, as you can see from the clip, this is lamb backing off of the lesson that the elder did earlier about the escalation of what's going on over there with India and Pakistan. So India, in retaliation of the alleged attack from Pakistan, has retaliated with a missile strike, and it said in the clip it said 26 people, but 40 were injured. But in this article right here, it says 31 people were unalived. It's lucky, but not necessarily saying this is anything like majorly um prophetic, but it is a precursor or like an example of what's to come. Right, and everybody's afraid because I got two articles I want to go over. Everybody, like, there's some people that have fear of, because both of these countries, and they hot right now. Both of these countries got nuclear weapons. And yeah, it's like two midgets getting in the ring and fighting. But now when you get like, as the war goes on, but now when you get nuclear weapons involved, that's a whole totally different ball game. And you see how they acting. They're really acting emotionally. You know what I'm saying, with this conflict that's going on between the two. Like you seen on the elder's video, how he played the video. Fuck you, bloody! We fucking go blow it everything. We blow it to the ashes. You know what I'm saying? They were being really, really emotional, man. And when you're acting emotionally like that, it's hard for you to think rationally. You know. So now they're not thinking rationally right now. And so guaranteed, Pakistan is preparing a retaliation for what India just did to them. You see that? All right. So let's go into this article real quick. It says India launches deadly strikes on Pakistan. Reporter replay. It says it says India launched airstrikes against Pakistan and its territory on May 7th, killing at least 31 people and leaving unaliving at least 31 people and leaving dozens more injured in an attack its fellow nuclear armed South Asian neighbor slammed as an act of war. India's Operation Sindoor, and the elder explained what that means. It says targeted 9 Pakistani terrorist infrastructures, cited used by sites used by militants linked to last month's massacre on tourists in the Indian-controlled portion of Kashmir. And the elder went over all this. The elder went over all this, the history of this and everything. Um, they've been going at it for a while. All right, it says the Indian military said New York Post writer Brian Fias shared this story. All right, all right. So okay, so here's the other article that I found. It says a nuclear war is brewing between India and Pakistan. The elder said that in his video. Here's what the world needs to know: the massacre of 26 tourists valley beneath in a lovely valley beneath snow-covered Himalaya peaks last month carries implications for beyond the bloodshed. Looming above the carnage is the apparition of nuclear war erupting between two of the world's nine nuclear powers. It says on subcontinents with an aggregate population approaching 2 billion. N- Neither India nor Pakistan has conducted a nuclear test since 1998, but they're prime tipped prime to tip missile with warheads or drop them with planes if the massacre lights the spark that ignites a nuclear holocaust. They both raise the stakes, with India going beyond missile threats to deadly strikes at, at what it claims were the hideouts of terrorists in the portions of Kashmir that's held by Pakistan. Pakistan claims to have shot down two Indian warplanes, with Prime Minister Shehbaz Shahav's staff vowing revenge for an act of war. All right, so you know they're gonna. I'm gonna read all this. I just want to just touch on it a little bit. The elder pretty much explained everything in his lesson, but like so now rumor has it is that Pakistan is gonna have to, in some way, shape, or form, retaliate in some kind of way. But the fear is like that they're gonna go nuclear. So even though this this is mustering up over there, like the other said in the video, you got to pay attention to what's going on in the east. Like pay what's going on with pay attention to what's going on with the kings of the east, man, and the involvement with the United States being over there. See that? There was an article I was reading earlier that saying that satellite shows a U.S. warship going at all out hot war with some Houthi rebels. See that? So now, with all this is going on, we need to really pay attention to what's going on in the east, because that's where when that kicks off, that's when we're gonna know it's here. It's here now. You can see it brewing, mustering up and brewing, but it ain't here yet. But we're real close, man. A few things need to happen first, but you know what I'm saying. According to the word of Yahweh Shemel Shai, it's gonna happen. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry. All right, this is Malachi 4:1. It says, behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. Yeah, okay. Malachi 4:1, it says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, and that shall leave them neither root nor branch. Ain't nothing gonna be left behind. The Lord's gonna flatline America. Well, that's ultimately what all this nuclear talks and things like that. The reason why everything is happening the way it is now, because it's an introduction of what's going to happen to America, the United States of America. You see that? You got the potential people of the United States of America is the only country, only nation on the earth has ever used nuclear weapons in a time of war. Nobody else has used nuclear weapons. They introduced the world to nuclear weapons, and that's what's gonna be what takes America out of here, man. 200 million of them, according to Yahweh Shem Shah. You see that? There's gonna be a plethora of missiles hitting this place. And you see how they so loose with it over there with India and Pakistan? Like they real loose with it, man. And how they from the video that was played of the two top officials of India and Pakistan going at it, that was nothing but emotions flaring, man. That's exactly what it was. Emotions flaring, nothing else. You see that? And from what that, like I said before, you can't speak rationally, you can't think rationally when you're in that mindset. And that's why we have to stay cool, calm, and collective in the spiritual mindset that was given unto us by Yahweh Shem Shai in order for us to make it through this matrix, man. Because shit gonna get real hot and heavy. All right. I mean, from an emotional standpoint, like they have every bit of right to get upset. But here's the thing: when two people are getting upset like that, like this makes you think that like who was like, what if it wasn't Pakistan, which Pakistan said it wasn't them? What if it was this? What if it was like America staging as if it was Pakistan? This is you know what I'm saying? Just get people's attention, right? I mean, it's going down over, and it'd be interesting to see the other nations that could potentially that can get involved with uh this situation that's going on over there in India and Pakistan. You know, on the coast of Kashmir, because that's what they're fighting over. And like it was said in the other video, like you know what I'm saying, it's also a spiritual thing because it's their idols. Like they're representing their idols, right? They doing that shit in the name of Kali, in the name of Wooga Booga, whoever the hell, or well, Allah, I guess for Pakistan. You know what I'm saying? They're mostly Muslim. You know what I'm saying? They might have a couple Jeebus freaks over there, but but yeah. So that's what it's like. You know, all these other nations are coming in the name of their idols, and we come in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh. Yahweh Shem Yahweh is making us aware of everything that's going on in the earth, and so we can do what we're doing right now, prophesy and warn people of what's to come, and within that for us to be protected for doing the work of Yahweh Shem Yahweh. Because what it said, what for the fool through the foolishness of preaching to save those that believe, man. You see that? So I just wanted to land back off the elder and touch on that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Lord, willing this lesson will edify and serve His purpose for the hopeful elect, the ones that truly believe in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh. With that, I'd like to say, Call Halayim, La Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Harikak Wadash, Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and my elder hair one as well. Salutation to the Akim that are pushing the truth to sincerity and truth. And peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.